morning. Terrific Tuesday. Indeed, it is. Welcome to another edition of Love Jones right here on Global 99.5 FM, the best mix of R&B music, as well as home of the Steve Harvey's morning show. Before I do anything, let me go ahead and say good morning to those that watch via Facebook, as well as that will view the video later on YouTube, Global's page, or Love Jones Crew on Facebook as well. 326-0272 or 1 is your telephone contacts within the studio. WhatsApp as well as text is 431-8497. You can email at verycoolcandy@yahoo, as well as lovejonescrew@gmail. Morning, Mikey. What's up?
Everything cool. What's happening?
I'm all right.
Yeah. So I got our topic for the day.
Oh, see, I let you get in the driver's seat. So
I got our topic for the day. You got to get them numbers though.
Now you flip.
No, you get the numbers because I still don't know them.
431-8497, 326-0272 or 1. Yeah.
So
I did it. Yeah, I did it earlier. I don't know where you was.
You did it. You did it already.
I done do all my stuff. Where you been?
She did that.
Man.
Solid. She did that. Okay. Me and him in the same boat. Okay.
Long time.
So here's the topic for the day. I was reading something this morning, and we always talk about things before you get into a serious relationship or committed relationship.
Right.
There's some things that you should talk about. So I came across this article, and it says 10 things you should tell someone before starting a relationship with them. Number 1, your political views. Imagine starting a relationship with someone and finding out later that they're a huge fan of Donald Trump and have strong faith. Well, I'm just reading the article.
Yeah.
And they have strong faith that he'll make America great again. Do you think you'll be able to relate with someone like that? Be clear in the very beginning about which political leaders you support, what ideologies you can relate with, and what the reason behind all of your views are.
Okay, let's start with that one. Would that be a deal breaker for you if you're interested in someone? What their political views are, even when it comes to the Trumpster? I only asked because they made direct correlation with him.
I think if I were living in the U.S.,
it would matter.
I think it would matter.
I don't know. Like, I used to say that politically, I think, to each its own. And in many ways, I still believe that. But the problem with that is, especially because they drew reference to Donald Trump, the issue is not because he's outspoken or not because in the ways in which he chooses to, but if you look at some of the ideology that goes behind,
right,
or that he's invested in, it's troublesome to me. So if I'm involved with someone that supports that wholeheartedly, and not just the fact that he's brash and he says what he wants to say, that's one thing, that's separate and apart. But when we're talking about lesser rights than other people, then I have to look at you as a person. And you know what I mean? So because suppose I have Mexican or people of Spanish descent in my family, or that's in my heritage, then that's how you view me. Or suppose one of my children are mixed, you know what I mean? So then I have to look at you, and you may say, no, I just saying, but if you believe in what he says and what he supports, then all of it is tied in. So I have to look at you 2-3 times, and I don't think,
right. Like I totally agree, because I mean, being here, it's really not an issue, because my background is red and blue. My wife's background is yellow and blue.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But that don't make a difference. It is what it is, especially because we live in a society where, because your family is this, most likely you'll probably be that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But with being in the U.S. with Donald Trump, and I agree with the ideology, because during the campaign, you hear him say things, you hear him mock a handicapped person.
Absolutely.
The way he spoke about women, stuff like that. Then you even hear that he had a apartment building that he didn't allow blacks to live in.
Exactly.
So stuff like that concerns me. So like you said, if you agree with that stuff, then I think we'll have an issue.
Absolutely.
We'll have an
issue.
In
regards to that, somewhat agreeing with number 1, depending on where you're at.
Yes.
Okay, so what's number 2?
Number 2 says your relationship with your ex. Okay, you're not obligated to remain extremely friendly with your ex. Neither are you obligated to make them your one true enemy. The relationship you have with your ex depends completely on how you ended it and the situations that follow. Whatever the case may be, you are obligated towards one thing only: letting your new partner know exactly what kind of relationship you both still share, because this is something that can have an effect on your new relationship as well.
Agreed. 100%. I didn't think, like, I've had prior experiences where it was no big deal. I mean, exes have come and go and stuff like that. But I think as we get a little bit older and the dynamics of family come and intervene, when there are ex-marriages and not just ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, when those relationships have possibly yielded children and strong ties within the family and other things of that sort, I think it makes it a lot difficult for the new.
But how much of that information are you willing to divulge, though?
Well, see, you have to determine, and I agree that I'm not looking for you to spill all the beans in the first sitting, but I think it's important for people getting into relationships not just to figure out how some of the relationships ended or what relationships were like, because it gives you an open look at some of the issues that this person may have. Some of the reasons why they broke up, or I think when you stories and you start to pay attention and really listen to how they broke up with this person and how this person got with that person, you're like, I sense a trend. I see a trend here. I see that you have an issue with breaking ties with exes, and that caused a problem in your last relationship. We don't dig into it. We're like, well, whoever came before me, it didn't matter. We all have exes. No. I think
I've said that long time ago. I said that. I've said, like, don't worry, just me.
Yeah. I think most men do that because they're like, don't worry about that, man. As I kick it over here, don't worry.
He ain't know what he got. He ain't know what he lose.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
We here.
Yeah.
No, man. We ain't talking about her. Right now, it's you and me.
But I kind of wish I'd find out some of the information.
Right? See, I mean, a lot of people make it about who you used to sleep with. Even that, I do believe is really important as well.
So how far do you go back? Like,
man, I asking for like your whole resume. I said you start sweating. Like,
well, no, they only like 2 million.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm asking you to go into like hedonism. Like, if one were to have experience,
is that religion?
Yeah, child. Stick with that. If that's what you think.
You hedonist?
Hedonistic, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's important to know what people's views are like on sex and is it okay to maintain ties with exes, and how deep are you involved? Like, if your ex calls you to borrow money or to come rescue, or they need to chat late at night, are you going to go? I mean, these are things that you need to know what people's views are on the closeness of ex. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a deal breaker too.
And you saying that, I know that men don't have an issue as much as women with, remaining in communication with their exes. Like, women would have a real issue. Like,
absolutely.
I remember leaving my Facebook and then I was talking to an ex and it was just, hi, how you doing?
Right. Oh, no.
And my wife was like, oh, so you still talk?
Right. She didn't see, hi, how you doing? She just saw that, you so still had conversations going on. That's the thing.
My question was, how far did you go into the conversation?
Yeah. How deep? How much did you
read? Yeah. So, I mean, and the thing is, for us, it's a big deal too. But, for us, we could give, but we can't take. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we expect you to understand that we're still
you cool.
Yeah.
And it ain't no thing. It's just platonic.
Right.
But y'all don't get that.
Right. But if you're still talking to your ex, be like, why?
Why? What for? What possible reason? Yeah. Like, y'all don't have a house, y'all don't have investments,
y'all don't have no kids together.
Y'all don't have any kids together. What the conversation for?
That's us.
Exactly. Movies, your Netflix and chili, 2 slaps. Yeah, ain't none of that. I mean, for us, and I think women are that way. Women are, their expectation is once you have severed the tie, keep the tie severed. I don't expect you to run the other way. If you see her downtown or if y'all in the mall together, hey, Charlotte, how you doing? Cool. And that's it. I mean, to me, it's no reason to still be in the WhatsApp chat. It's no reason to be on Facebook flicking back and forward. I'm not saying that it's not the possibility to be friends, But if you shared a particular kind of relationship, you're in dangerous territory.
You think so?
I think so. When things go awry between you and your current, and you go to your ex, you want chat up. I mean, it just for women, it's a matter of respect. First of all, don't be pillow talking, or don't be conversating about what's happening in our relationship with your ex. I don't need anybody to have artillery.
I think that's a no-no.
I think women. Yeah, no.
Yeah, because both person starts to compare now. You know.
But you remember when you know
right.
me and you ain't never had that problem.
She know you like I know you.
Know you like me.
Right.
Child, I need to get some pointers, say some cues. And you know, women, we petty like that. What happened? She give me your number. Let me tell her how to fix it for you. Right. And then and then she see how somewhere. Hey, boo-boo. It's just don't. Just keep it safe. Just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it safe for all parties involved.
Okay. So we agree that that's something you should talk about.
I think it is. I think it's important to know what other people's views are on, you know, how far do you take relationships with your exes? How deep are you still in love with your ex? Because some people are. And some people still have feelings for, because it's like, if you can't be with the one you're with, you know, like you can't be with the one you're with, then love the one that you currently have kind of situation.
Yeah, I don't believe that, girl.
Some people do that.
I mean, I understand that, but yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, for whatever reason, their relationship didn't work out, but there were still underlying feelings. And then you're with someone else, that those feelings just don't go away. But so a lot of times people say absence makes the heart grow fonder. But I think if you cut ties with that for whatever reason, and you pour into your current relationship and you nurture that, instead of continuing to nurture the door that you left open, then it's more the likelihood of you making a success of your current relationship is much more likely than if you continue to nurture in whatever small ways your ex relationship. Yeah, so definitely have that conversation.
All right.
So number
three, your thoughts on money. This isn't something that you only discuss with your partner if you're getting married or moving in together. If you decided to get serious with someone, they should know your exact thoughts on money, because money can be a sensitive topic. If you're someone who spends a lot and has unlimited access to money, they should know that. If you're someone who works hard day and night just to earn a little bit, someone who finds it hard to spend so openly, they should know that. Your partner should understand your financial position at all times. Your thoughts?
I think money is important. We had this talk in Chatter the other day when the friends was talking about it. I think your financial position is one thing, but I think as to what your thoughts are as to money is important, because as I said before, women a lot of times see the way that a man assists her financially as security, your provisions of security, and the fact that you want to make sure that she's okay. So if she's lacking in certain areas as far as money is concerned, and you offer that help, or you give that help, then to her in many ways that you're offering security, and that you can be that person for her to lean on as far as financial things are concerned. Again, if you got to be paying like $900 in child support, that's something that we would need to know, because if you get together and you're talking about melding your finances, whether you're looking at renting later on together, you're looking at getting into a business venture together, that's going to mean that a great portion of your funds are going to be tied up. That's something that has to be known beforehand, so someone understands exactly what it is that they're getting into.
And I mean,
your money is your business.
No, I understand, but I think it is important to talk about money, and I think that's one of the problems that even in friendships. I mean, like money is like a no, like nobody talks about money. They think when you talk about money, it's like
it's taboo.
Yeah,
because money causes problems.
Money
causes problems. They always say don't mix friendship and money. Don't mix family and money. But those are the places where they are most mixed, because those are the people that feel more comfortable with asking you to borrow land or whatever else like that. So the thought of saying that those things don't mix, that's exactly where they start. Most strangers won't ask you for money or won't delve into your financials, but family and friends definitely do. So I don't know how it can be avoided, but I think having some clarity on what your thoughts is as to money. What's a good investment to you? Some people may say a Beamer. and then the other person in the relationships feels as if a home and perhaps a business together, that's something worth getting into.
Right.
Someone says, well, when vacation time, I want to take that vacation money and just bank that. I want to actually go and live life.
Mhm.
So I think it's important to know where you sit and to find that if you have an even keel or balance as to your thoughts as far as money, financials, investment, where the home is a debt investment, that's something that you actually want, and so on and so on and so on. So I think money talk is a definite, but
Yeah.
Bahamians don't.
No,
They
I
don't get into
mean,
that.
that's
Yeah, all they want, you work it?
That's
Okay,
it.
okay, cool.
yeah.
You think if I ask
And
you
they look
about
at the kind of car you
something-
drive and think that's money.
Yeah,
Or
or
they look-
phone, the kind of phone that you
Yeah,
have.
and I think that's money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, or the
Meanwhile,
kind of clothes you wear.
you on a payment plan at
What?
the phone company.
What?
You paying the little thing for the latest iPhone situation.
$22 a week.
You
is
are you
less, you know?
see, this is what I'm trying to say. You behind on your car payment, but you rolling, you
That's what I'm
are, you
saying,
rolling dirty,
you know?
and that's all they see. And you never have the conversation, and then you assume things, and then those assumptions lead into problems and a breakdown later on in your relationship. So yeah, the money talk has to be had.
Okay. Number 4, your future plans. I don't mean that you should start planning out your entire life with this person or tell them your long-term plans all at once. But what is needed is some clarity on what your short-term plans are. For example, if you intend to take up a job in another city in a few months from now, then they have a right to know.
Mm.
It's unfair to your partner if you let them start something, fall in love with you, and then move off to a whole new place in the near future. Maybe they would have never agreed to a relationship with you if they knew it would eventually become a long-distance relationship.
Yep. How many times have we had letters when future plans, when one half of the couple wants to be parent and the other doesn't, is not interested?
That's true. That's true.
Had they probably talked about that? And I mean, of course, people change, attitudes change, lots of things change, but at least if you let people know exactly where you stand on certain things, you'll have that to stand upon. Listen, I made it perfectly clear from jump. This is what I did not want. You knew this. And this is entrapment. I mean, a lot of times people don't discuss future because we talked about that inside voice yesterday, that intuition. A lot of times you know full well that you and this person don't line up as far as futuristic things are concerned, but here and now so sweet.
Yeah.
Like this feeling that I have right now.
The nookie good.
Yeah, that too.
The nookie,
Yeah.
the nookie, the nookie off the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can need that.
Yeah,
so I can't talk about if
Oh,
you plan
that-
on staying on the
that
pole
nookie-
for the rest of your life.
That nookie good. Everything's safe. You don't
Yeah.
worry about that.
What it don't, what,
Yeah.
no, it don't matter.
Yeah.
What-
Lights off.
That's all right.
Bring the nookie.
Just bring whatever.
Yeah.
You don't plan on cutting it on. But that's okay.
Yeah, no,
We
just
got
bring
my
it in, okay,
space. We
yeah.
got my house. That's cool. But you got 9 sure and you want 10 more? That ain't no problem. Man, that ain't no thing.
That's like that dude tell me what 23 kids.
Yeah. I'll support you with the milk. Yeah, I think future that's something else as Bahamians, it doesn't seem like we talk a lot about.
Mhm.
We don't talk about futuristic things until you get to that place of when you are discussing marriage or you are discussing taking the relationship to the next step. But I think
Or something has happened
something
and now
has
is the
happened and
time.
now you have to.
You have to talk about it.
Yeah, I think future plans have a lot to do with the choices that you make in investing in somebody in their life.
Yeah.
I think it's important for you to know. And I think a lot of times people aren't honest about. My thing is, and I'm like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And people are like, that's such a corny thing to ask. But
me
I think
tell
it's
you,
a big, I think it's a big deal.
The reason being is because, and you know, from a personal development standpoint, 5 years. I mean, I can remember what I was doing in 2000. It's now 2017. Like, where has the time gone? Believe it or not, 5 years will be right here.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, if you don't start planning for the next 5 years now, or making decisions or acting, 5 years will come up on you like that.
And you're in the same place or a worse predicament than you went before. I agree. And if someone, I mean, I don't expect you to have all the answers. No.
Right.
But have a path in your mind, at least on where you intend to go, wish to go, want to go, some of your dreams and aspirations. And if I share those things, or perhaps if I can live with supporting you in those things. Because if I hear that in 2 years you want to quit your job and you want to go to Venice and you want to backpack barefoot, You know what I'm saying? If I plan on investing in you, that's probably something that I need to know, because if I'm the type of person that needs you to be here with me in the present moment, you know what I mean? That's going to be an issue for me, and you're going to view that as you're stopping me from pursuing my dreams.
Right.
So that's going to cause a major roadblock within our relationship. So these are things that you need to know before you heartily invest in a relationship with someone else. And I just don't think that we do it, or we're not honest about it. And if you don't know where you're going to go, then say that. I think a person has a right to know that as well. And if they are willing to throw caution to the wind with you, then so be it. But I think they have a right to know whether you plan on doing something with your life or not. 431-8497. I know I heard this ding a couple of times. 3260272. And of course, you can answer via Facebook. So what number was that?
That was number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And number 4 was your future plans, right? That's what we just got done discussing. Okay, number 5 is your employment status. Whether you've been unemployed for a while or you're handling 2 jobs at the same time just to handle all your expenses, or whether you're in a really well-paid job that demands too much of your time, your partner has a right to know all of it beforehand. There's nothing particularly wrong with these or those either of these situations. But if you're unemployed and your partner will initially have to pay for most things, they should be prepared for it. Similarly, if you're always drowned in work and will have little time to talk throughout the day, they should be prepared for that too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You think so?
Okay, if I'm not working as well.
Well, no, definitely, yeah, right.
And we meet, and I mean, one of the things
I guess that goes hand in hand with the financial status.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or I mean, like I said, sometimes you're in between jobs, or you were laid off. I mean, some of the things are outside of your control. But if you're not interested in working, and you have no intention on getting a job, that's something I probably want to know.
Yeah,
that's probably something I'd want to know beforehand, before I start. Yeah, because then if you don't know that and you take the nookie and the nookie can now you lock. You see what I mean?
Yeah, that nookie always just get you, boy. I don't know.
Nah, you're locked. So maybe you'd want to know that prior to taking a bite of crime. Yeah, you probably want to know that beforehand.
Yeah, that nookie get you.
Exactly. And I think for women, women want to know, because like I said, for a lot of women, I mean, it may not be fair, but it is what it is. Most women see a man's employment status or what he's doing or where he's going with those things as a sense of stability as to who he is as a man. It is a big part of what we identify as security and presence and the ability to do certain things within life and support. And so, yeah, I think you'd want to know that. Some people like projects though. So if you say you don't work in, child, come on down now. You're into project. No. You're into social work.
Huh? No,
you're into social work.
No.
I'm not
saying. I
get
good enough.
I'm not saying that someone that's not working doesn't deserve a chance. All I'm saying is I think you should make that known and let the person decide. Like, don't get into an easier way and then 6 months down the line when feelings and stuff start to develop. Oh, by the way, I'm not working and I typically don't work. And the expectation is for you to fund whatever habits or lifestyle that I have. Yeah, I live with my mama. I've been living there. Unless I move in with you, this is pretty much where I'm gonna be.
Oh, I look with the door.
You look at the run.
Yeah, with the door.
So yeah, I think we should definitely talk about it. And like you said, I got into a situation where I didn't realize how tedious the schedule is when we talk about getting up at 2 a.m. in the morning. You know what I mean? And like how taxing that is physically, and how much time will be allotted after that for anything social or otherwise. It's difficult. So like I said, I just saying, I wasn't saying, this mic is so good, the stealth. I mean, wow, I just love that. Solid, you see that? Just what is that? Yeah. So yeah, a lot of times I think if you know certain things beforehand, I don't know if you will commit to certain things. But I think we justify it after the fact by saying, well, I done here now, I done in it now. I don't care about the person now. I already love them now. So I just have to kind of adjust. I just kind of eat it. And that's how small resentments start. So I think if you can have some clarity on your path in your relationship, as much of it as possible, and make those decisions eyes wide open, I think the better it'll be for both parties involved. You know what I mean? Because deception or omittance of truth, it definitely causes problems later on down the line. Yeah. Yeah, so let me know how you working when you're working. Let me know if you used to strip. Remember that one that we had where she was a prostitute, and he thought that she was going to work every day, and she didn't know how to say, and then bumped heads with one of her clientele at one of his business meetings.
Right.
So now
Yeah,
she's in a
remember that.
position. You remember that,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And
That's
she,
interesting.
what? And I didn't know a lot of these things happened on this island until
Actually, that was a movie. It was
the development of this show. But a lot of movies come from real life.
I know.
That's interesting. But I didn't think those kinds of things happened on this island.
Oh, they do.
But yeah.
Well, I'm beginning to learn that. I'm beginning to see.
There's a lot
Yes.
that more to Nassau, Bahamas than meets the eye.
20,000?
Yep.
Yeah, we good. We got that.
So this is what it is. And, so I think beforehand, he would have liked to know. I think he would have wanted to know that she was selling herself.
Because he probably wouldn't have stayed with her.
No, not just because of the implication of how that may have affected him on a business angle, but for him as a social, his business being tied into the things that he does socially. And that's the circle that she's dwelling in for her clientele. I mean, look at the way that now presents him as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that makes it difficult for business connects for him. When people shy away from him or don't want to lock into a contract and he doesn't know why, it's because they know that his wife is involved in prostitution. So, yeah, and then people start to question. So all this stuff that we think that you're this great business guy, this business mind, the things that you have, it's coming from prostitution. It's not necessarily, you know what I mean? So it has an effect on more than just the relationship itself. It spills over into many other aspects of his life. And he has a right to know that.
Oh, definitely. I want to know if the girl I dating is Gucci.
Let me please.
Yeah,
Could you
I'd like
just
to know.
slide the card, even if you don't want to say it?
Dying me and I ain't
saying that, but let me know so I know.
expectation as far as the pension would probably go up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because now you
I
don't.
wanna see tricks.
You don't give me because clearly other people.
And then after I think about it, be like, no, it's ain't gonna work.
Listen,
Yeah.
I enjoy the tricks.
Yeah, thanks.
indeed. But I don't want to be a trick.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
no
Do
pun
the mic
intended.
on?
Yeah, because that was number what now? That's Love Jones Solid Laughing. And we're talking about the 10 things that you absolutely should discuss before getting into a relationship, or at least a committed relationship.
That was number 5.
5. Okay,
Number
we're midway.
6.
Yes.
This is a big one. The relationship you share with your family. Every family has its own share of drama, but you have the kind of family that has a significant amount of craziness going on almost all the time, where no matter how much you avoid it, you still get dragged into the weird fights and even weirder expressions of love. Then your partner should know about it. If relationship with your family has the potential to interfere with this new relationship in your life, then you won't ever be able to hide it. It's better to let him know or her know in the very beginning than to wait for him or her to get surprised or even a bit creeped out.
What do you think?
Yes.
But some people have said, like, I remember D saying, and he and Aaron are going to be here tomorrow. So that's going to be an interesting twist.
We should do this tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right? But I remember D saying on a couple occasions, he's like, listen, I don't care about how family really, because I'm not dating the family. I ain't with the family. What they think about me and what they think about the relationship is of no consequence to me. I'm interested in her, and we're building together.
Hogwash.
And what my family says about her, no big
Foolishness.
deal. Really? I don't agree with that, because listen,
Your
I
family's
got my
big
fair
on-
share.
Right, your family gonna have some influence on you.
Yeah, but not only that, you two don't live in a bubble. So
No.
at some point, there's going to be weddings, there's going to be funerals, there's going to be Christmases, there's going to be family gatherings where you will not be able to shield them from Uncle Bob that drinks and falls all over the place, from the whimsical Mad Hatter auntie that you have that's a little bit whoo-hoo. I mean, every family has, you might be the one. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true. Never know.
I'm just saying, you may be the black sheep. and your family reacts to you in a certain way because you're seen as that person that's always thinking and doing things outside of the box. So I think, a little bit of family history, maybe it's something that
very
it's
important. But we do that. So who's your people?
Absolutely.
Yeah, who's your people?
Come on.
So which fountain are you? When they ask me, I'd be like, I don't know.
Youth. That's that
Which-
that one. The fountain of youth.
Like which fountain are you? You mean
That's it.
there's more than one?
Yeah, people always say that. It sounds that's the people that which a Roxanne where slow down.
You know what I tell them? All us related. It's only a couple of us, so all us related.
Right. So you often get that, but that's something that my grandmother instilled in me. Like anytime that I even talk to friends that were coming over, her first question after name, where your people from?
Right.
What's your last name? And she'll ask you something about island, what parish they go to. What that is, St. Agnes? That's St. Matthews? What that is?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? Listen, she'll be in there and I'll be like, oh.
So you got a calculator, okay.
Yeah, so that's what she did. That's what she did. And the very first time I brought a guy home, with the only time, because you can't really, Grammy wasn't on that run. And that's what before you even get past the threshold of the door, she put stop. So listen, all right, so with that last name, so I know they from Bimini, eh? So that Charlie is your uncle then. Like she just, they'll do that.
Yeah. So what do you two,
Uh-huh.
everybody's my cousin.
Exactly.
That's
so
what I tell her.
No, but if
Once
she
they have the
asks
last
you
name.
to answer right, because she already know the answer.
Well,
So,
no, I guess they be cousins.
yeah, so answer right the first time.
So who daughter that
Because
is?
she already know.
They
Right.
be cousins.
And she will make sure relation between the two of you as well, because then you just ain't getting in. And so it was just that kind of a situation. So I think that's something that we don't do.
I
And
think
there
we
are
do
a lot
that.
of, not all the time, because listen, there are people that related. Because I'll say
that happened.
say what?
That happened on one of the small
I'll say
islands.
that's
or
what
something.
tomorrow. No way. It's a dude on the same island that had children and didn't acknowledge, and his daughter and son were dating and didn't know. So, people doing that around here, or people that are having relationships or children, they in marriage, so they can't own the child, and all kind of foolishness is be going on the undercurrents of this island, and people around here pretending like they don't know. They know what's up. So yeah, I need to know who your pie. I need to know a couple of things just so I can make sure we cool up.
Yeah, but then here's the thing though. Then someone will always find something and be like, okay, oh, so you related to he been to jail for murder?
Yeah, but if that's what it is, then that's their choice to make. You can't change who your family is.
No, I
That's
understand that,
yours.
but some people is judge a relationship.
Then
like that.
can you be?
Yeah, that's true. No, I
Yeah,
agree.
been locked up. I was locked up with 2 guns.
Oh, you were?
No, what started looking like? What you? No, I've never been locked up.
Now you decide to let us know that?
No, I've never been locked up, but I just tossed it out there. But at the end of the day, because I remember meeting this guy a couple years back, and he was talking cool guy, whatever, and I was thinking about it, and he said, and I ain't gonna lie, I said, so what you been doing for the last, like, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. I said, so for the last 3 years, what you been getting into, whatever else like that, blah blah blah. He said, well, I was, up the road. I was like, up the road where? I say,
Really come here, couple things.
I say up the road where. Now I thought he meant because Sandilands is a place, and I mean, like I said, depending on what the situation was, I could get that therapy, all that good stuff. Cool. When you say up the road, only a couple places, like you said, it's coming to mind.
Yeah.
So when we scratch the pink place off, it's like, so what you?
Yeah, up the road.
So you mean the Foxes of Hills, the gated community? Say yeah, mine. So I was like, so So what you there? What you there? So what you there for? Like, so what you,
take off everything. Yeah, what you there for?
What you up there for?
Not armed robbery.
Right? I'm like, so what you there for? But I mean, like I said, everyone has a past, and I said to him, I appreciate the fact that you said, because some people lie about it. Some people hide it. I appreciate the fact that you're honest about it. You gave me the option as to whether that's something I wanted to be into.
Yeah, but option?
No, because he was a repeat offender, so I couldn't. It ain't like he went for a mistake that he made or something that he did. He was he made bad decisions at that time and whatever. You can get that. Everybody has something, right?
But he gone again.
But he went he was up the road couple times. like he had a designated cot, right? So no, you got to learn
Like he's
from your
been
mistake. Yeah, no, you like, Ma Charlie, come, babe, come. This you? We got the fluffy one, the sheets and thing and everything. No. And then that for me is if you keep making the same bad decisions again and again, and that spills over into other things that you do, that more than likely that's going to be applicable for me. I have children, you know what I mean? And then getting invested in you, and then you make these decisions again now because you got pressure of a woman, children, and things like that. And then you go again. These are things to be considered. So yeah, you need to know the things. And then if you have family history where there is, for instance, there is an issue with mental disease and things like that, you guys are thinking about having children and stuff like that. These are things that you need to know. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot to be considered when you talk about
said it
family.
for real.
Yeah.
All right. So we agree. These are some good stuff then.
Absolutely. These people better be adding these things today. When you talk about conversating about things you need to know before you get in these relationships, Mike.
So let's talk about number 7.
I'm scared.
7.
Is
And we always talk about this one. This is another big one. We talked about this yesterday.
Okay.
Your expectations from the relationship. It's not uncommon for people to have absolutely no idea about what their true expectations from a relationship are until it's too late, until it has already started, and until they get the things still seem missing and what things should have been better. You can't just enter into a relationship blindly. You can't expect your partner to be a mind reader and know all by themselves about exactly what you need from this relationship. Because if you do, it'll most definitely lead towards disappointment.
Agreed.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot, the expectation.
Because it's a big part, but as much as we talk about it is as much as people don't talk about it. That's the interesting part about it. We keep trying to drive into people that expectations are a big part of any relationship, but people still refuse to get into it. Something as simple and as basic as what you view as fidelity. Remember, we've had cases where a woman has said that she has kissed several men. She has allowed several men to fondle her. And as far as she's concerned, she has not broken any commitment to her man as long as she has not allowed penetration or sex to happen. I'm just guessing that he's probably going to view that just a little bit differently.
I need to guess that.
I think he's going to view that just a little bit differently. And so this is why it's important to figure out what expectations are. Because even if you say the expectation is for us to have fidelity and commitment, okay, what does that mean to you though? You know what I mean? So I think we have to take it a little bit beyond expectations.
But that could actually make or break the relationship or the start of the relationship. The expectations. I think that's important to discuss.
So shouldn't you know? Because if you're taking on a job, which is what a relationship kind of sort of is, right?
Right.
If you're taking on a job, before you take on a job, even when you present your resume and you have all of these great things on it, the next thing that's going to happen is whomever is looking to employ you, they have a list of things that they expect from you. You need to be well-versed in this. You have to be great with communications because you're going to come in contact with different people of different versatilities, so with communication skills. You're going to need to be to work from 10 o'clock or whatever. And if you don't have a babysitter until 11, then that 10 o'clock infringement is going to be a problem for you. So here's what I have and here's what I need from you. Do they line up? And I think that's a big deal with expectation. I think expectation is a heavy word, and I think that word itself brings fear, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, as long as everybody's clear as to what you want versus what you need, what you can live with, and what you're not willing to settle for.
And I think just the fact that, it is a heavy word. Mm-hmm. And when you said you have to compare, you have to talk about what you need and what you want. Mm-hmm. I think that's where we get to mix up. I think that's the problem with when we have that conversation, we tend to say what we
want versus need. Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
And that's where the disappointment comes in, because a lot of times the wants are not able to be met.
Right. Much less the needs. Yeah, I agree.
Because you put the wants first.
Mm-hmm. And then when you say, I'm not getting what I need, you never let me know what you needed.
Yeah, because
you still don't.
Yeah, because you know what you want.
Concentrating on the wants.
I want it 3-4 times a week.
Right. And I want someone who could cook good.
Right.
Right. I want someone who look good.
Right.
I want someone who
could dress
gonna
good,
fluff me,
yeah,
who
right.
can dress good. Those
I
are the
want
things
someone
that
who
you
make this
want.
amount of money, stuff
Exactly.
like that. I'm just saying. I mean, there's superficial stuff, but
You
those
don't
are the
talk
things
about
that,
what you need.
right,
I need someone to emotionally support me.
right,
I need when I have a bad day, I know that I can count on you.
Right.
I can call on
right,
you. We don't talk about the things that are important to our soul, that is important to our growth. We don't talk about those things because in your mind, either number one, you ain't willing to give the need, right? You don't really want to hear what they need because you only interested in getting what you need and want. And so to talk about that and open that door, you don't for that because now it's going to put expectations on you that you're not prepared for, but you're always ready to emboss yours on someone else.
right.
And that's the biggest part. A lot of times in relationships, that's what it is. These are my expectations, but I haven't given a second look at what you want and what you need, because if I had, then I would realize either I cannot fit that bill or I don't want to. Too busy focusing on what we're getting out of it and what we can demand and how it works for our benefit. And by the time you look and you realize what this person now wants in exchange, that price tag is too heavy for you. And now you want to bail out.
Definitely.
So here we are. Or you're stuck with these really heavy expectations that you don't have any idea how to fit. So very important. I think it should be talked about first date. People say, my God, with this only our first date, we only trying to get to, let me quick. So you
First
can see
date?
if you
You're
want
talking
a
about
second
first date? You know, first date, can
Listen, if you're an info, for instance, let's keep it a little bit lighter. If you're an info and I am a nice queen, we ain't gonna wait. I can need for you to put that card on the table day one. Ain't no sense in going on a second date. Because if I'm frigid and I'm a nice queen and you're a nympho, that means you want all the time. And I'm kitchen close for business.
No, I could see that could be discussed on the first date.
There are those once again.
I can see the need for that to be discussed on the first date. Yeah, sure. Okay. I get you.
I understand.
Good example. Good example.
But a lot of times, if we were honest about those expectations, we wouldn't get to a second and third date. A lot of times we get to second and third because we're dishonest. We put up a facade. We put our best foot forward a lot of times when we go out on this first date, second date, even sometimes 3 months in, we still pretending. The person still don't know who they went out with. They still have no clue until the sugar turns into it. And then you're like, I wasn't ready. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times we gotta get this out the way during our dating process.
Yep.
Let's get it.
All right. Wow. Never thought this would be on the list. Number 8, your exact need for alone time. There are 2 kinds of people in the world. The first are the people who can't ever stand being alone and need someone all the time to be there with them. And my phone rang, one sec. And the second kind are the people who need to just take some time off and be away from everyone around them for some intervals, regardless of whether they're in a relationship or not. Whichever kind you are, your partner needs to know so that they can adjust their life accordingly and give you the due time.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but it is important. I don't think that's something I've ever discussed.
Like I said, I didn't think that would be there.
No.
But that's interesting though, because I love my alone time.
I think everybody needs it.
Yeah.
And if someone doesn't like to be alone at all, that's probably a red flag for you too, eh? Right? Because if someone, that's a red flag. Because I think everyone should enjoy some time to themselves, for themselves. Even if it's just to kind of recalibrate, get yourself back to focus point, whether it's to meditate, whatever it is that you need that alone time for. I think everyone is deserving of that. And if you're with someone who feels as if 24 hours a day, 365 by my side is where you should be, need to be, want to be, and if it's not, it's a problem. That's probably something that you should be wary of. Yeah, I agree. Super important. Even if you just need to figure out what's happening with just you or between the two of you, or you got to figure out some stuff with work, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty cool one. I never really thought about that.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. I'm thinking about it, and that's I think that's important to discuss as well.
So you should say that from the beginning. Now, there are going to be times, like when you go on your date, there can be times when I'm going to say to you, I just need to be to myself. I don't want you to take any offense to that. You know, with some people with the mind that they have, yeah, so he talking about hair later on now. He talking about he need a long time. He think I fool, he got a woman, and that's what
Yeah,
but you know people is like,
true,
yeah, people think.
But if I'm on a date with somebody and they tell me that, I know
that
I
they
need
a long time.
I know I need my alone time, right?
Right.
I think the question I would ask is like, how much time alone do you need? Have you say 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrong with that.
Yeah, no. You go in the wilderness, pick berries and sing it. Like what you
about 2 weeks?
You 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah.
What you dealing with? Yeah, that's no. So, but if you say, you know, once a week, I go on the basketball court with my boys and that's just how I pour back into me. Or, you know, I just go and I sit by the canal and I just chill for a little bit. You know what I mean? Or I go out on the beach and I take me a little bit of sherry to drink. Whatever it is that you need to do that gets talked with Alexis about finding that center.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have to be alone to find that center. You have to close off all the noise, and your partner is in noise, but still alone means by oneself. And that goes for your children and everything. Like I said, I go home and everyone comes like, and this one hit me, and that one take my toy, and I was watching Bratz and they changed it. Can I get in the door? You know, that kind of way. And then I go straight to my room. I don't want anybody to come in here for at least 5 minutes. Let me decompress. Let me take the day off. And then I can get into a mode where I can deal with you. But if I don't get this 5 minutes, I'm going to lose it. So I need this to myself.
Right.
So whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's an hour, whether it's a day, you know, one Saturday of the month, you say, this is my day. I go and shooting, I go and rowboating, I go and do whatever, I go and get me a facial, whatever, that's your time.
Right.
For some women, it's going to the salon. That's their pretty up time, that's their time. Whatever it is, take it, it's needed. Because when you don't, you're going to take it out on the closest person to you. More than likely,
that's your
significant other.
Right.
You're going to lash out on them.
Right.
So it's in their best benefit that they give you that alone time without any problem as well.
Yeah, and just listening to that, I think it's something that definitely needs to be talked about.
I like that. The first shoot that listen to me, man. I need to review the situation. So make sure you send her that link or post it in Chatter.
Definitely.
So what's the next number?
Number 9. Interesting. Your level of jealousy. A little.
So I was like,
a little bit of jealousy is healthy for a relationship.
Woo,
it does feel nice to know that your partner values enough to actually question the things that you're uncomfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
But if you tend to cross over from that little bit to a whole lot in a matter of days, if you're going to turn on your psycho mode whenever your partner is out with friends or away from you at any point, and if you can't bear the thought of someone else being close to them, not even their friends, then this is something they should be aware of.
But the thing is, I don't think most people ain't gonna admit to it, but most people they're not gonna admit that they got that green eye monster like right under the surface because they know you're gonna get scared away. Most people are not going to admit to it. But I think the thing about it is, for me, I've had issues with jealousy and it doesn't look good. So that can be like one of the things that I definitely ask you about or get into conversation and see, this is what I like to do. Okay, you say to me, you're not jealous. No, man, that's cool, man. You got friends, you know what I mean? I got friends too. Everything cool, man. And, you know, you and Mikey cool, you and D cool, and Solid cool, everything cool. Right? And then when I'm on the phone, cackling with Solid or I talking to you or whatever, I could see like steam coming out do this and then like on the cartoon. So I think the important thing with this thing is, because any mouth can say anything, like old people say. I think it's important to compare the actions with what has been said. Most people would never admit to being jealous. I can tell you, I have a healthy amount of jealousy.
Me too. I mean, I think it's normal. I mean,
well, if ain't nobody want what you have, then
you know what I'm saying?
I gotta worry about that.
If you ask one little question though, they think you just
you ain't freaking out. I think for most women, they find it I find it sexy when a man has a healthy dose of jealousy. Madison, I don't want you to be playing with your fine stuff, Huh? Make sure you come home. I think it's really sexy when a man has a bit of jealousy, but there definitely has to be boundaries and a balance. And I think that's why it's so important to say, listen, I do have male friends or Bob or whatever else like that. You better state those things and see what the reaction is. I think it'll give you a lot of clues as to what jealousy looks like. So what is a jealous woman? Is that sexy to you, or what the turn off?
Like I said, a touch of jealousy is I think is sexy because you kind of makes you feel wanted. But if she comes and she making a scene and all that bunch of stuff, then I can leave you standing up there.
Yeah.
I can go to family, you know, hey.
Who this is?
Who this is?
Causing this big nasty ruckus on your job.
Jeez.
Agreed. So, number 10. I'm surprised I haven't heard one particular one as yet, but I waiting to see if number 10 is it.
Interesting.
I'm surprised.
Number 10.
Let me see if it's it.
No, I don't think that's it. Because I'm surprised at this one as well. And I think we talked about this before. Number 10 is your need for privacy.
Woo!
Some people have this habit of giving in their phone passcode, their Facebook password, the password to all the email addresses, and absolutely anything personal that you can think of to their partner as soon as they enter a relationship. And I mean, but there are still many who wish to maintain their privacy in this regard, even when they don't have anything to hide. That's me. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you have to give up all of your privacy. So be clear about your views on this from the very beginning.
This one is a little bit this one is a little bit like, wow. I don't believe in ultimatums as far as, because I know some women have gotten themselves in trouble presenting that ultimatum. Look, I can need your passcode or.
For real?
Yeah, but what?
Women do that?
Yeah, I can need so what happened? Why you locking your phone? You got something in there you don't So what happened if I won't go on your Facebook page and I just won't go check if I won't go on your Insta? Well, I don't see the problem.
Some people deal with very sensitive information.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, but I'm just saying, for the average Joe or Jane.
And the thing is,
I have a friend that says, and she texts me, she says, that's a no. And I totally agree. No.
Carrying in my
everybody has privacy. I agree with you.
And jumpy to conclusions.
Say jumpy.
Especially now with all the WhatsApp chat groups.
Yes.
And the different ones. Like I was in one. Yeah.
I do believe that in a relationship that you deserve a certain level of privacy. Absolutely. But how much privacy is too much privacy?
Okay, check this out.
But to divulge all your no way.
No, but you're talking about just getting into a relationship. You've been in a relationship for 2, 3, 4 years, or you're married, and your wife says, "Look here, come on the code to your phone. Let me just check something."
Oh yeah, that's
no.
Okay. And then I change it after she.
At least you honest.
But check this out. I had a friend, and he said his lady, I guess, plays games on his phone. Goes on his phone. She has access to his phone.
Right.
So I would message him stuff. I'm thinking it's him.
Right.
And I would just straight up message him any type of personal stuff, any type of secretive stuff.
Right.
And it's like there were instances where she would message me back, not saying
that it wasn't him.
That is her.
Wow.
And I mean, just the fact that this is your best friend, you send personal information.
Of course.
You don't know who has the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like like if I say I've just been diagnosed with such and such,
right?
Send.
You're right.
You think it's going to your best friend, is going to his girlfriend, who may not be the best of a person, then she's gonna
may divulge it to other people.
She's gonna divulge that to other people. It's just one of those things.
I get that, but obviously they have an open sense of privacy because she has the phone. Now she took the privacy, and see, this is the issue, which is what causes one does always make it hard for everybody else, right? Let's just say that you have the indulgences or the allowances as far as certain things with privacy, as far as your mate is concerned, like she had with the phone. My thing is, do not take that for granted, or don't abuse the person.
We human.
Don't abuse it.
I mean, don't abuse it.
If
the slightest,
let me tell you,
the slightest idea, the slightest feeling that you feel something's wrong, or he's seeing somebody, or she's seeing somebody, and you have access to that phone, you
You go in it. I get that. But not only that, my thing is, if I tell you, okay, listen, these are a couple red flags for me. If I tell you, listen, I ain't got no minutes. Let me your phone. Let me make one little call, and you gotta stand over me hovering like, let me dial it for you. What the hell? So what happened? So what's the situation? What's the problem? You understand what I'm saying? Because my thing is right here. See the phone there? You understand me? It ain't no thing. And it's not as if I get it. You have privacy. Like I lock my phone because I have kids, and my daughter. Listen to me.
I use that excuse too.
They'll go nobody. My Temperance, like she could read and thing now, so she'll go in your web and scroll and press and on the Instagram. Mommy, I love this pic. How you get my Instagram? Could you give me that back? So that's the reason why with locking my phone. I also got into a habit, no lie, locking my phone in my prior relationship. I would remember, and women always know how they leave their phone. Men, please don't be to it. Don't get it tricked.
That's true, babe.
And women very rarely leave their phone face up. If you realize most women, they put face down.
So what y'all trying to hide?
It ain't that. I just saying. But if Becky sent me herself in like swimsuit, I don't need you all in that. But anyhow,
So y'all's
most women I know, and I do
listen,
it as well.
ladies in the group. Seriously, I would like to know, ladies in the group.
Yeah,
If you're listening, please text me. Let me know. Do you guys down as well?
Most women.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Most women,
So-
men will
we
do
just
that,
drop-
like that.
yeah, we just-
Exactly. Most women I know, if they have a case on it, they will always close it or they put it face down.
I
It's
can watch
just
my wife
something-
and see what she.
watch it and
I
see
can
what
watch.
she does.
I
and
can
let me
watch
know.
that. Yeah.
Let me see if I'm right. Most women that
For
I
real.
know, and I do it as
I
well.
put that in my-
And so if I
my
get up
to-do
in the
list.
morning and it face up, right? And dude used to go on my phone. Like, really?
That's interesting. I never. Wow.
Yeah, dude used to go on my phone. But I think, yeah, so
Yeah,
from-
I mean, but you put it face down because jumpy. The conclusion.
well, I agree with that. And that's the reason why I just got into the habit of doing it, because even when a call would come through, he'd be like, so who is so-and-so and blah, blah, whatever. So I just got in the habit to avoid that. Let me just help you with your curiosity problem. Let me just put it face down. So that'll help you. I try to help you with your problem. I trying to wean you off your problem. But most women I know, even like I said, when there's absolutely nothing to hide, most women put their phone down.
LaFrance,
Face
her phone is usually face up.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
But Francie says she's been single for a while.
I
Answer that. I just putting it out there.
And I had another friend said my cell locks within 3 seconds.
So it's no reason.
There's the face. I guess the face goes black.
Sometimes, because you could turn off notifications. Some people have notifications, and every time it comes on, it'll light up the phone. Other people have notifications and the banner turned off. So once the cell is locked, ain't nothing coming up until you open your, right? But it's just, my thing is, I just wish people wouldn't even have to go through all of those things where you have to turn off notifications, where you have to deaden the screen, where this and that and the next. I just wish there could be a sense of comfortability, but a lot of times your partner makes it so where you don't, or previous conditions that you've been in make it so where you're not comfortable. But doesn't that prove to be insecurity within your relationship? Doesn't it speak to that?
Yeah.
How much privacy is enough privacy, and how
I
much
don't know.
privacy is too much privacy?
The thing
That's
is,
a touchy one.
no,
I mean,
but with regards to passwords and stuff like that, no, it's not necessary. But here's the thing: I have nothing to hide. If my wife needs to use my phone, she can use
So
it.
if she asks you for your password, you'd give it?
Yeah, and then I can change it after. Like I said, and I sticking by that. I'm going to change it once she's done.
Yeah, I mean that
know?
there is like people feel in a relationship every privacy and every personal thing has to be shared.
Right.
There are personal spaces in relationships.
For instance, what is an example for a man? I mean, they're generally, but I'm just saying for a man, what is a private space for a man? Your phone,
My phone,
right?
don't touch my game,
Uh-huh.
don't touch my shoes.
So if your phone rings and she answers it, is it a problem?
No.
Okay.
If what?
If your phone
If it-
rings
if
and
it-
she
if it
she
rings-
answers it,
I mean, once you don't answer it, like she's about out
It's
of
a
hell or
problem.
something, when
Right.
she's cordial,
it's
your
not an
business
issue,
calls on there.
right?
Yeah, I mean, she'll answer the phone. My wife will answer the phone. It's no problem.
If you're sleeping and she goes to the phone,
Problem. Why need to go to the phone?
Yeah, it's like, and no, this is the thing, Mike. If you're awake and she goes to go on the phone,
Is there a difference?
I mean, it's still bad, but if she waits until you go to
You
sleep,
just happen to have been asleep.
you know what I'm saying? She waits until you go to sleep,
Then
and
it's
then
an
you,
issue.
and then when you peep your eye open, reach across you like that,
Yeah.
trying to reach.
So if you're awake and your girlfriend or your wife or significant picks up the phone and just say, anyhow, let me just see what in here and start going through your WhatsApp and things. No problem. I'm asking, is it a thing?
Problem. Why you do? I wouldn't do that to you. Why you?
I know, but
why is there a need to go through my phone?
No, I mean, but
and
I'm
here's
saying,
the thing, Candy. You know why I changed my password too? Because I have so much information in here. When I say that, credit card
Work
information,
yeah.
all that stuff,
and
my
there's
work
other people
emails.
information.
And if I lose my cell phone, I want to make sure that nobody has access to this information.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's the real reason why I lock my phone. Well, of course, too, you know.
Well, there are other things. My thing is this, as far as that privacy is concerned, I don't have anything to hide. If you ask me to see, and I feel you're justified in asking because there has been something that has happened and I want to prove something to you, then that's fine. But don't give me an ultimatum because I give you your privacy. I'm not searching through your computer. I don't go through your phone unless you give me reason. And then I'm going to ask you, is there something that I need to see? But I'm not going to just go ahead and go digging through it. Because if I get to a place where I have to be searching through your phone, I already know that there's a problem of trust in this relationship.
Right.
So when you get to that point anyway,
and here's the thing, like when you log into like stuff on Facebook and all that stuff on the computer, you know, it saves your login.
Yeah.
No, the stuff like that, even your email, it saves your login.
Okay, if Facebook, if your girl says, I want to go on your Facebook page. If you ain't having no private chats and you ain't doing nothing, what's the big deal?
There is no big deal. I'm just saying, you know, it's
a matter of trust.
No, it's not a matter of trust, but I'm just stating how easy it is to get into stuff like that.
I agree.
You know, we're not aware of it. Some people may not be aware of it, but when you log into Facebook,
do other foolishness as well.
I know we are at the time, but I just have this question: have you ever been approached on a message by a jumpy to conclusion female?
Jumpy to conclusion,
you know what I'm saying?
What word is that?
When you in a chat with a male friend and a jumpy to conclusion female comes at you.
I got it right.
She comes at you, woman to woman,
right,
as if it's something, and you know it's nothing. Right. Have you ever had that experience? Because that is another reason why you just shouldn't be going through someone's phones, that you jump to conclusions, then you have a vibe with another female, which makes no sense, and then you end up fighting, and then police and
all kind of things get involved. See, people tend to say.
But have you came at wrongly, woman to woman?
Yeah, absolutely. When there wasn't anything, there was a friendship, and it was a group setting. Actually, it's like a WhatsApp chat, and everybody would kind of talk back and forward. Sometimes there was certain things said of a flirtatious nature. But it never went outside of the parameters of chat. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so there wasn't ever a situation where there was some PMs or whatever going on. And so the girlfriend must have gotten the phone and saw, you know, this name popping up and little things said back and forward and whatever, and decided to get my number off the phone and dial me up personally to have a conversation, a chat, a situation. So these things definitely do happen. But like I said, hey, this is what the situation is. I can only tell you it from my point of view. But this is definitely a conversation you need to have with old boy. Period.
Message.
Yeah, then it's that. But that's it for us. We're out of time. The 10 things that should be discussed when getting into a relationship, committed or otherwise.
I posted in the chat, so
yeah, we can see what people think about it.
Nadia says if you can post it on the Facebook group as well.
Absolutely, no problem as well. We're going to post it and we're going to see what you agree. Do you disagree? The one thing though, I'm surprised that nobody mentioned sexual partners. So no one care who you've been with no more.
No, and that was exes and stuff like that.
No,
that was when we talked about history.
We're talking about exes and how close you are with your exes and the kind of relationship. No, we ain't talking about people sleep with people outside of exes.
I think I can lead into that.
No, you can't say what you see. There's that assumption again. No, I need a category number 11.
Okay.
Who you been with?
That might have been your political views.
We need to add number 11. Who you been with? I need to know them little things.
On this show.
I need to know them little things. But that's it for us. We'll post it on the Facebook page. We got to get on out of here. Love Jones. We'll be back at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Dee's going to be in the building. Aaron's going to be here. And we're going to have another thought-provoking conversation. 11 things you need to talk about before you get into relationships. Thank you, Mikey. Solid added a word to our Love Jones dictionary. The jumpy to conclusion-y?
Jumpy to conclusion-y.
Jumpy to conclusion-y. Female. I like it. We got that to our book of things. That's it for us, though. Make sure you lock it in and continue the conversation on our Love Jones page. Become a friend. WhatsApp at 4318497. Talk about joining our chatter and email your stuff at verycoolcandy@Yahoo. Love Jones crew at Gmail. That's it for us, but the Midday Flex continues right here on the best mix of R&B music, home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We're Global 99.5.
Feeling.
Yeah. You've been listening to